Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the further segment of the chapter that we were discussing about the equality in Indian Constitution. So we have seen there the work, the Constitution provision, and the work of the government, or the program of the government, by which I can say the development is brought in the country. So let's proceed. So, as we have seen that government started several programs for the upliftment of deprived section of the society. So, one of the steps taken by the government includes the midday meal scheme. I think everyone knows about the midday meal scheme. Midday meal scheme in the government school, when during the lunch time the meal or the lunch is provided free to the student. This refers to the program introduced in all government elementary school. Elementary school like 1 to 5 or 1 to 8 means like in elementary school means like where the education is very much compulsory for the initial stages of the period. So and in this refers to the elementary school to provide the children with cooked lunch, and Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to introduce this scheme, that is started in 2001. After that, by the order of Supreme Court, in all the states of the country, this program has been implemented because the result was very much good of this program. So that's why Supreme Court order in all the schools that this program should be continued, because what the result had happened, because you will see in the paragraph that when children start going education school, so they get their meal. So mothers were free from the tension of cooking the food. First was second, the enrollment on enrolling of the student, or means attending the students or attendance increased in the schools. So these two particularly were the basic effect of this midday meal. So this program had many positive effects. There are many positive effects. You have to learn this because sometimes this question will come in your exam. Like, what are the positive effects of midday meal? So these, like that, firstly the children have begun enrolling regularly, attending the class means enrollment means their present increased. And earlier that the children would go home for the lunch when midday meal was not there, means they will not return the school. Means is to say, like when they during the lunch time in the villages where they used to study, when they used to go home, they will not report again after the break. So this was the drawback. That's why education was not, you can say, properly given to these remote region students or village, or you can say in government school the less number of students used to study. But now with the midday meal, what is happening, the number of attendance has been increased and children did not go home back for lunch, because automatically they are getting lunch in the school. So their attendance was improved, and their mothers who earlier had interrupt their work feed their children at home during the day now no longer need to do so. Means mothers were free from the tension of cooking the food. Sometimes if mother is working, like is some programs in the villages like Manrega, Narega, they were the laborer, so in between they had to come home and they had to cook the food for the children, but now it was not there. So this program helped to reduce the caste prejudice. Another effect is that because here we are getting the effects of midday meal. So remember, three we have discussed. This is the fourth one, that is caste prejudice. Caste prejudice means prejudice. Last year we read about very much. You are understandable to this. Like, think other inferior. So both lower and upper caste children, it has, you can say, reduce the caste prejudice, because both upper class and lower class children sit together, ate together. So without any discrimination, because here we are discussing the story of Valmiki, that is Jhutan, so you can understand what the midday meal is showing to explain. So now Dalit women have improved cook the meal, and midday meal program also help reduce the hunger. The poor student who come to a school and cannot concentrate school because stomach were empty, because earlier the people used not come to school back because of food only, and why they are now enrolling, the number of attendance increase because they are getting food. So food is the main necessity, so it is very much important for life. So means the later in big classes you will understand the value of this, but particularly here we are studying this for the purpose of like equality. So this particular program work that is enhanced or increased the education or literacy rate in the country. Secondly, it has reduced the caste prejudice, so that Dalit women also who were not getting work earlier, they were appointed as a cook in the school. So these 4 5 to 6 effects you have to learn, and it is very important. Let's proceed. Okay, till here we discuss this. In the next video we'll take the new segment.